catch me around here, buds.
Hutchinson Community College Blue Dragon Sports is on the air on Eagle Radio. The Blue Dragons on Radio is brought to you in part by Erickson Custom Building, The Medicine Shop, Ashcraft Pharmacy, Prairie Star Health Center, H&R Block, Cat, Next Tech Wireless, and the Sportscaster Club member. Basketball, Portfolio Recovery Associates, Dr. Robert Epp of the Hutchinson Clinic, Plumbing, Burning Chiropractic Center, and Tim and Gina Ritter, along with Brian Strange of the Green Vision Group. It's just about game time, so let's head to the Eagle Radio broadcast booth for the game with the Eagle Sports Crew on Country 102.9 and BW Radio.
Well, hi and good evening, everybody, and welcome to Liberal, Kansas. We are on the campus of Seward County Community College. I'm Glenn Grunwald, joined by Double D, Darren Dunn. We made the trip down here this afternoon. Congratulations to Blue Dragon football team. The Blue Dragon football team that won over the Conquistadors of Dodge City today, 27-6. That's where Rusty and Dan were. Darren and I made the trip out. We left Hutch about 1 o'clock, listened to that game on the way out. Had a nice drive all the way out to western Kansas, and we are at the greenhouse. And, Darren, this looks to be a pretty darn good matchup. These are two teams that are in the top 20 teams. The Blue Dragons ranked number 12. The Saints 8 in the early season rankings, and both teams made it to the national tournament. And more than that, both coaches really good friends, so it makes for an interesting matchup tonight.
Yeah, it means so much more to these two guys to be playing one another, and it's probably fitting that Seward County, the color is green, because it's kind of been a kryptonite for this Lady Dragon basketball team in the past. Now, last season, once this team came into the sports arena, they came after some injuries. So keep in mind that the two teams you see tonight may be a lot different teams that you see when Seward comes to the sports arena on January 17th. And probably look for some fast-paced action from both teams. But let's see who hangs on to the ball, because both of these teams have been susceptible to turnovers the last few games or the first few games of the season. But both teams have also taken the from their opponents.
Yeah, really. And again, these have always been penalty games. I remember we were here last year. Freshman just flat took over that game, if you remember. And I'm talking about Molly Mounsey. She's an All-American returning for Toby Wynn's team. Toby Wynn, by the way, 320 wins, 80 setbacks. He was an assistant coach here. Now he's been the head coach for the last 13th year. This is his 13th season. Before that, also, he coached a little bit of Liberal High. So Toby has been around this area for quite some time and does a good job of recruiting. John Onges, on the other hand, 290-62 is his record. He has kind of owned the Saints over the last few years, but both of them have been at the top. The cream rises to the top of the league right here with Hutchinson and Seward.
Yeah, it's a good starting place. You mentioned Mounsey. She scored 10-plus points in 36 straight games. The only time she didn't score 10 was when she scored 9 in her career debut. And we have yet to see this season what her three-point shooting is like. She was just 2 for 7 in her last contest. She's only shooting 31% from beyond the arc on the year with 4 three-pointers made. But if she gets hot, look out.
A good crowd has started to form here at the greenhouse. Again, Seward County located on the north side of Liberal. Boy, a lot of new construction, new Loves, new Wendy's as we came into town, passed through as we kind of skirt around the outside of the city. But I used to call on physicians down here. It's really a lot has changed down at Liberal. This area's kind of growing. And, again, a good representation. They love their ladies basketball, their ladies Saints basketball. And one side is theater seating here at the greenhouse. It's kind of Well, it gives you the illusion it's sunken down, but it's really not, because actually when we come in, you actually come right into the even with the outside area, but you kind of get the illusion that the court is sunken down when really it's kind of built up. So, again, congratulations to the Blue Dragons, who won in football action today up in Dodge City, 27-6. An upset, I got to let you know, and you might have heard it on the broadcast, but Butler entertained Iowa Central. Iowa Central had not won in 25 games, and they shocked Butler today, 7-0 in football action. Garden City on the road at Fort Scott did away with the Greyhounds, 69-0. Highland also a big winner over Ellsworth today in football action. A big game tonight. Coffeyville Independence going out. That's kind of a football report real quick.
Yeah, you got to watch and see if Independence can finish strong. You know, it's one of those teams that now holds their destiny. If they want to go ahead and take the Jayhawk crown this season, just finish with a win.
Finish with a win is all they need to do. So they'll be doing the Star Spangled Banner here in just a little bit. Again, this is a big matchup tonight early on, and this is the first of many, Darren, when you look at what the Blue Dragons have got to do here on the road. 7 out of 8 road games. That's on the guys' side. The girls 6 out of 7. And it starts here. Next Wednesday, UNL be up in Cloud County. And volleyball will be going on down at the sports arena the 16th to the 18th. And then we'll return back for one lone game with Coffeyville coming in. A rest back on the road again.
Yeah, it's as many games on the road, but we knew it was going to be tough goings in the early goings for the Blue Dragons, and both teams responded pretty well. So we'll see if this season they can do that once again. Keep in mind kind of a homecoming of sorts for Jada Mickens, who's been the star so far this year for the Blue Dragons, coming back home where she went to high school here in Liberal.
Exactly, and of course she had that fantastic game that opened up the season by scoring 34 points in that opener. Blue Dragons are 2-0. They did away with Lamar the other night while the Blue Dragon men were on the road. Thanks to Megan Tamman for calling that game. Seward comes in at 2-0. They're again they're a top 5 finish last year. They played a couple of JV out of Heston, won that one 84-45, and they won over Frank Phillips College 61-47. They average right at 72.5 points per ball game. Well, the Blue Dragons average 81.5 points per ball game, so that shouldn't play into this. This is just going to be a competitive affair. Neither one of these teams, the girls really don't like each other. That's flat. That just comes right out to it. It's kind of funny that the coaches are such good friends, but this is always a heck of a way to open up the season.
Well, and don't be surprised if we see a lot of up and down the court, not necessarily in the early goings because both teams are scoring quickly, but maybe because teams are turning it over on one end just to see the other team turn it over again on the other side. 29 turnovers in the last game for the Seward Saints. Of course, the Blue Dragons are committing 19 turnovers a game, so we'll see if they can get those early jitters from the first few games out of the way tonight.
Other games around the league will be starting today as well. I know that Indy was at Pratt to open up league play as well. Butler and Garden City are opening up league play, so there's a lot to the 26 schedule. Now, that's all going to change next year, and we'll talk about more about that later. They're going to go back to an East and West format, so the long 26-game conference season is going to change a little bit, and that will be starting next year. But for this year, they're stuck in that the same way, and that's kind of good and bad. I think fans like it because they see a lot of basketball, so it's going to be interesting to see just how that turns out. I know the coaches don't like it.
Getting into the conference so early, yeah, and then you have to play your teams twice, but you get a home and you get an away. So there's a lot of good things, but, yeah, you don't get a lot of those early season tournaments, those Friday, Saturday day games that you used to get in the old scheduling.
Both teams warming up on the court. We're going to get set for starting lineups here in just a little bit, so stay tuned. We're going to wait until they get set to do the national anthem before we take our break. Officials making their way out of the I'll tell you what, we're going to go in a 1-minute timeout, and we'll come back and wrap up some more of the pregame before we get set for starting lineups coming your way. Darren and I are down in Liberal, Kansas. Blue Dragon basketball just minutes away. We'll be back right after this 1-minute timeout.
The medicine shop. When you drop your prescriptions off, the personal care you'll find there will make you feel all better. The meds you need delivered with speed. The lowest prices guaranteed. Get your prescriptions with no hassle at 14th and Main at the Little White Castle. You'll feel all better at the medicine shop.
Just when you thought you were done with taxes, you got a letter from the IRS. Maybe you're being audited, or maybe you filed for an extension and still need some tax help. We at H&R Block are there for you. We don't stop working on April 15th. Our tax professionals are here to help you year-round. So if you have tax issues you need a hand with, even if H&R Block didn't do your taxes the first time around, visit our offices in Hutchinson, Lyons, or Ellsworth and let our experienced tax professionals help get you every dollar you deserve.
And hi, everybody, and welcome back to the Greenhouse in Liberal, Kansas. Again, we're on the campus of Seward County Community College. It's the Blue Dragon ladies versus the Lady Saints of Seward County. Glenn Grunwald, Darren Dunn, glad to have you along. We'll be back with you next Wednesday on the road, and we'll be on the road to Cloud County. In between that, we'll have a Lady Dragon Talk at a new location. It's going to be at the AJ Sports Grill, located right to the side of the alley off of Lorraine and 23rd Street. That'll be at 7 o'clock coming up this next Monday night, and you can catch it live right on BW. Even better, come out and enjoy some good food at AJ's, brought to you by Midwest Superstore Ford and Toyota up on 30th Street in Hutchinson. Time to break for our anthem, as we're just minutes away from the starting lineups. Song, Dragon basketball on KHUT Country 102.9, as well as KWBW 1450 AM and 98.5 FM in Hutchinson. We'll take a 2-minute break. We'll be back right after this.
The Rothy family name has always been connected to serving the Hutchinson community, and you can expect the same kind of high-quality service when you visit Rothy Family Flooring. They believe you deserve to be treated like family, so they've invested in their own talented and trustworthy installers to lay your floors. No outside contractors will ever knock on your door if Rothy works for you. Let them show you their expansive selection of name brand flooring and trust your home to the best. Rothy Family Flooring, 325 North Main, Hutchinson.
Diabetes is one of the causes of disability and death in the United States. People at high risk can lower their risk by half with the proper prevention program. Let this National Diabetes Month be a reminder to check your situation. Get screened and trust the Prairie Star physicians and diabetic counselor to guide you. Prairie Star Health Center, 30th and K61 in Hutchinson.
Who doesn't love a fire pit? Except the guy who's getting all the smoke in his face. Introducing Brio Fire Pits, available now at Jim's Water and Woods. These hand-built fire pits from Lancaster, Pennsylvania will revolutionize your campfire experience. The double flame fire pit requires zero assembly. Pull it out and light a fire. It even has a grilling feature, and it's extremely portable. Or choose a style that works with new or existing fire rings. But again, no smoke. Come in to see all the Brio Fire Pit possibilities at Jim's Water and Woods, 419 West 2nd in Hutchinson.
No time to fix breakfast? Just call us at Anchor Away 662-3100 and we'll have it ready for you. Choose from our selection of breakfast burritos, biscuits, or one of our 5 different complete breakfast plates. Breakfast from 7 to 10:30, Monday through Saturday. If you missed us for breakfast, we're here for lunch and dinner too. Pick up your favorite Mexican dinner or take some home for the family. We're open till 9. That's Anchor Away, drive-through, carry-out, and catering under the water tower at B & Adams in Hutchinson. 662-3100.
Well, welcome back to Seward County. The Saints, we're in Liberal, Kansas. Glenn Grunwald, Darren Dunn. Here's with your starting lineup. Here's Darren Dunn.
For the 2-0 Lady Saints, a 5'7" sophomore from Satanta, Kansas, number 12, Valerie Caro. Her sister also in the starting lineup tonight. That's guard at also 5'7", from the same place, Satanta, Kansas, Vanessa Caro. So the sisters getting the start tonight. Also for Seward, Sydney Tenner, the 6-foot freshman from Amarillo, Texas. Sylvia Veloso, 5'7" freshman from Mozambique. Molly Mounsey, the one that you said we should watch out for, averaging 15.5 points a game, 5'10" sophomore out of Texas. And I misspoke. Tenner has started earlier this season. Instead of the 6-foot Tenner, they will start Vilma Kovani, the 6'2" freshman from Mozambique. And look for her sister, Carla, to come off the bench as well. For the Blue Dragons, Brianna Bradshaw getting a start tonight. Sarah Kramer, the 5'5" freshman from Dighton, Kansas, also in the lineup. Tia Bradshaw, 5'8" freshman from Dodge City. Dejanay Roebuck, the forward from Olathe, Kansas at 5'11", freshman getting the start. And Jada Mickens returning home to Liberal, the 6-foot freshman here who had a debut and broke the Dragon record with those 34 points in the sports arena.
Yep, looking forward to it. The Lady Saints being introduced now. And the old ball coach, Coach Gooch, made it here from Dodge City. Steve Carpenter. Gooch's dad with him as well. Made it safely up. Congratulations to Ryan Rhodes and the Blue Dragon men as they run the record now to 7-4. As they'll get set to wait to see who will be their opponent in the Salt City Bowl on December 2nd. And I'll be out in Garden City that day.
Yeah, you mentioned Gooch got here. I wondered he was giving me a back massage during the starting lineup.
He could get a second. He could get a second occupation with that. I think
he could get one of those at halftime. Order one of those up.
Have to see if we can. Both teams have been introduced. We're about set to get underway. Again, kind of a shake-up a little bit of Coach Ange's lineup a little bit from what he's went the last couple of games. So, again, the two Bradshaw sisters getting the start, again, out of Dodge City, Brianna, as well as Tia. And going also with Roebuck, who Roebuck had 18 boards the other night in the win over Lamar.
Yeah, that's good enough to put her in the top 20 in the nation. She's actually number 18 right now in the nation rebounding. She'll have plenty of opportunity to do that offensively tonight. This Seward team gave up 17 offensive rebound in their last contest.
Darren, this court used to be a tartan material. When I first started calling games in this league, it used to be a tartan material. Plus, they kind of had yellow lights. It was really tough to play on this. The ball just didn't seem alive. And, of course, they put in the wood court several years ago, and of course with the new LED lighting, it's helped out a lot. Here we go. We're jumping center. Dragons right to left as you watch and listen. And the ball sails out of bounds. They say it's last touched off of Hutchinson. So the Saints will have the basketball. Lady Saints inbound, far side. Mounsey will do the honors. And here we go. Up the court, they'll bring it up quickly. They'll set up the offense. Now a whistle, and what do we have?
We got a problem with the
clock, shot clock. Yep, did not start. Veloso had brought the ball up, and now they're going to inbound on the far side. It shows 28. Should be a little bit less than that. And the game clock's at 9:58. Did they fail to start the clocks entirely?
Yeah, I think
evidently.
they did.
Yes, they did. First quarter action just getting underway, and they're going to take a look at and see if there's a malfunction or what the situation is, because certainly seconds went off with the tip as well as then bringing the ball up. And they're going to leave it 9:58. So now we go with the start now with the basketball. Veloso moves to the right side, down the low blocks, back outside, slips away from Veloso, and then she's over and back with it. Turnover number one against us Lady Saints.
I want to explain that to you here just briefly. 2 seconds had come off the game clock and 2 had come off the shot clock, which was not right. The clock should have started with the tip, and then you had the inbound and the ball dribbled up the court. So more than 2 seconds should have come off the clock in the beginning.
They did not start it on the tip is what I don't believe. There's a foul called in the inside. It's going to go against Cavani will pick up the personal. That'll be her first. Big girl, 6'2", good size, feet inside. Trying to put it up as drive for the hoop for the Blue Dragons is Roebuck, and a foul's going to be called. And Roebuck should shoot free throws.
And would you believe it that Cavani picked up her second, and that's another quick one. She had 4 personal fouls with foul trouble last game as well.
And right away her sister, Carla, comes into the lineup for her, or will be coming into the lineup for her after the Roebuck free throw. 2 coming the way of Roebuck. Free throw toss is up and good. So Roebuck knocks it down. First points of the game scored on the Blue Dragons side. 1-0, just underway. Glenn Grunwald, Darren Dunn, live from Liberal, Kansas. Glad to have you along this evening. Hope you're having a wonderful evening on this Saturday night as we're less than 2 weeks away from Thanksgiving. Free throws up and good. She got them both. 2-0 ball game. Hutchinson with the early lead. Left side of the basketball. They're working on that far side. Out of bounds it sails. Last touched off of Blue Dragon. Carl over there trying to go over to Mounsey. Mounsey, will she inbound again? Yes, she will. She'll inbound from the far corner right as you watch. Ball comes in, sails out of bounds. Last touched off of a Saint. Second turnover of the contest against the Lady Saints.
It was a good idea, but, she was sandwiched in by a couple of Blue Dragon defenders, and there just wasn't much space to make the lob pass.
Up the court, the Blue Dragons. Brady, this Tia Bradshaw. She'll get it back. Goes left side with it. Back out top, and it has to be a thrill to play with her sister. Both City High graduates with the basketball out front now for Hutchinson's Kramer. And the ball taken away. Up the court quickly. Saints are going to push it and push it quickly. Beloso back out top. Mounsey. She'll dribble drive on the left side. Takes Mickens all the way down. Traveled with it. Shuffled her feet. Good job by Mickens. She just about was a step behind, but caught up quickly.
Already the third turnover for the Saints.
Bradshaw over quickly to Kramer. Sarah Kramer weaves her way through traffic. Bounce pass down the left side of Mickens. Basket good. Jada with the basket in. Pass by Sarah Kramer on the bounce pass. 4-0 Hutchinson. Mounsey on the outside. Side with the basketball. Now Caro. That's Vanessa Caro. Over to Mounsey. Mounsey puts it on the floor. Holds up. Trying to get it into Cavani. But Cavani gathers the pass and a low blocks and a foul call. Mickens evidently had a hand on her back, and they called a hand check foul. That's going to go against the Blue Dragons.
Well, now you know. That's kind of one of those ticky-tack fouls if you're a defender, but now you know that you're going to get called for it. You got to loosen up just a touch.
Inbounding will be the Saints. They'll kick it back on the outside. Cavani has it. She'll drive in. Loses the basketball. Kramer comes up with it for the Blue Dragons. Here comes Hutch on the run. Kramer all the way to the basket. Doesn't get it. Rebound, no, cleared underneath by the Blue Dragons and taken away by the Saints. Saints pick it off the floor quickly down the court below. So missing a block by the Blue Dragons. Here quickly comes Bradshaw. Won't go. Ball pops back out to Kramer. Now we'll set it up. Hutchinson back on the left side with the basketball. Quickly is Bradshaw. Corner left. They kick it back outside into the backcourt. It Sales. Last touch off a Roebuck. Turnover Dragons.
So we've seen similar turnovers now. Backcourt violation on both teams. Just the second turnover, though, for the Blue Dragons. Already 4 for the Saints.
7:46 substitutions left to go in the first quarter. Substitutions from both teams. 4-0 Hutchinson with the early lead. So lots of rally action right back and forth. That's a new term you got to learn. Rally in volleyball, all right? Because you're going to be doing some volleyball games next Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. When's the last time you done a volleyball game, Darren?
Back to my college days at the University of Kansas.
Right.
But it was for a television broadcast.
All right, with the ball on the outside, there's Hernandez. She just checked in the lineup. She's out of Canyon, Texas for the Saints. Dribble penetration, ball blocked, taken away by the Blue Dragons. Here comes Tia Bradshaw with the ball. She'll push it over on the right side, set up top of the key. They're working to Alicia Brown. Brown out of Leavenworth. Outside to Kramer. Kramer holds the ball. Dighton, Kansas, her hometown. The feed down low underneath. Ball knocked away, and Mounsey comes up with it. Thought there was an elbow across the face of Bradshaw. Blocked from behind. Foul call. They're going to whistle on Brown. In the act of shooting, Saints will go to the line.
Yeah, it did look like maybe there was a shot to the face, but the Blue Dragons exposed what the Saints are leaving open. The backside block in this 3-2 zone has been open. If the Dragons can get Roebuck or Mickens to slide back there, they're going to get layups all night long.
And the main way to do that is to kick the ball around the perimeter and let the outlet going. Toss up is missing. Free throws up.
Now 0 for 7.
7:06 to go, quarter one. Free throw toss. This one's off, no good. So the Dragons get the rebound. Alicia Brown gathers it in, gives it up quickly now in the hands of Tia Bradshaw. Now lit with it on the left side. Bradshaw wide open. Kramer. She'll gun it on its way. It's not there. Comes off, and the Saints get the rebound. Up quickly to Mounsey. Mounsey fires and goes around. The Blue Dragons basket up and good. Mounsey with the basket. And finally, the Saints are on the board. Nifty move by the All-American Molly Mounsey out of Follette, Texas. Brown, left side, 4-2 ball game. Dragon lead is still 2. From the outside by Bradshaw. Off its back. Nope, it comes out on her. She has just checked in. Kayla Barber will go to the line. She's out of DeSoto, Texas. High school, Trinity Christian High School. She'll step to the line to shoot 2.
It's the other Cavani picking up the foul. Her sister who came in for Vilma, who was in foul trouble, and that's where the Saints have been weak, trying to box out on the defensive end. Gave up 17 offensive rebounds last game.
Kayla Barber missing from the foul stripe. She'll earn a second one here. 6:26 to go, quarter one. We're in Liberal, Kansas. Into the lineup now for Garden City would check Brendan Siegler, who ended up breaking her nose the other day. Was that in practice or in a
game?
Yeah,
Monday in practice. It'll be interesting to see how she plays with that mask. You notice she was putting it on as she came into the game, and sometimes wearing that mask is a little bit different for players to get used to.
Just ask the Phantom of the Opera, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Free throw toss is up and good by Barber. Got them both. But you're exactly right. Got the one, excuse me. She was 1 out of 2. She missed the early one. Dragons lead at 5-2. I think it would be really cumbersome to play with a mask. A lot of them go with the clear mask. This one is partially clear, but has the white around the outer edges. Mounds ball back off now into the hands of Veloso. Back to Mounsey. She'll drive on Brown. Stops, pushes it up, and scores it. Dragons wanted a travel call, didn't get it.
I wanted a travel call too.
Mounsey with 4 points. All 4 points for the Saints now at Mounsey's hands. Dribble penetration. They're putting pressure on. Blue Dragons try to get to it. Ball taken away by the Saints. Coming up with it will be Veloso. Veloso right side into the hands of Hernandez. They'll set the offense. Here's Veloso. Back outside Mounsey. Looks left side and into the hands it goes to Tinner. Tinner into the lineup now. Mounsey drives to the hole. Shot not there. Battle for the board. Trying to get up with him. Mounsey had it for a second. Finally regroups and comes up with it. Ball comes out to Veloso. She'll gun it on its way and hit the three. The big three by Veloso. And the Saints have came roaring back after trailing 4-0. They lead at 7-5.
The officials letting the players play a little bit tighter now and a little bit rougher.
Kramer, ball rejected. Back to Kramer. Feed to Carla. Shot up and its way by Barber. Not there. Ball pops out. Barber gets her own rebound. Goes down. There's a scrum for the basketball. It's on in the paint, and a jump ball's called. Not for the weak at heart. This first quarter action with 5:09 to go.
You know, we talked about kind of that hand in the back early on that we thought was a ticky-tack foul. Well, that official has been away from some of this action where the turnovers are happening. And I'm here to tell you, those turnovers are happening because girls are getting blown off of the ball as if they were offensive linemen in football, and the officials are just letting them play at this point.
Alicia Green checks in the Blue Dragon lineup. She's a freshman out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Also, Milena Krettel will check into the lineup for the Lady Saints.
They're going to probably recall the shot clock here because it's been reset to 30, and it was a jump ball after being in possession of the Blue Dragons. So they're not going to have as much time probably to work with on the shot clock.
Early season mess-ups with the tables into their game, just like it does the players.
And they will settle on 12 seconds on the shot clock.
Here comes the inbound. Blue Dragons lob it outside. Brown has it for Hutchinson. 11 to shoot. Back over on the right side. They'll flash it back to Barber. She'll turn and score. Dragons tied up at 7 apiece. Barber now with 3 points along with the basket, along with the free throw earlier. Ball outside. Amy Scott's in there. She's out of Hugoton. They'll give it up quickly. The shot put up and missing by Cradle, and the rebound's going to be cleared out by the Blue Dragons. Here's Roebuck. She's back in there as well. Alicia Green at that point guard slot. Zone defense now by the Saint Ladies. Ball comes left side. Blue Dragons, all new faces in there, a lot of new faces. Hopkins is in there. And a travel call or offensive foul. 3 seconds is what they call. 3 seconds against the Blue Dragons. Coretta Hopkins out of Manville, Texas, also in there.
Fifth turnover for the Blue Dragons. Now ahead of the Saints in that category.
Amy Scott with the basketball. Top of the key. They're working back on the outside. Credle. They'll hold up over on the right wing. Still with the ball again. This is Tinner. She'll gun it on its way. Not there. Rebound, Alicia Brown. She'll jump in and get it and bring it up on her own. Brown out of Leavenworth. Finds the seam. Goes right side with it. Over to the hands of Green. Green will bring it out on the dribble. Between the two circles. To the right side now. Little Roebuck gets stripped away from her. Roebuck on the drive and a foul called. This one's going to be on the floor, and I think they might have whistled number 5 in there, Siegler.
The other space now that is opening up for the Blue Dragons is right around the elbows. So if you want those 15-footers like Kayla Barber turned and hit one earlier, it's there. But in that situation, when Roebuck turned around, she just has to be stronger with the basketball. Away momentarily.
Not a shooting foul. It's called on the floor. Green will inbound. It comes out to Barber between circles. She'll hold up and give it to a guard. Green comes back out and gets it. Playing with the leg brace on that right leg. With the ball's Hopkins. Pass inside to Green. Goes up for the strong. Not there. Dragons won the foul. Didn't get it. And that would have been the second if they'd called it on Cavani. Would have put both of the sisters with 2 fouls apiece. Not the case. And travel call. Scott shuffled her feet. 3:33 to go in the quarter one. We're tied at 7 apiece.
5 turnovers for each team now, keeping in mind that both have had problems with turnovers in the early goings.
Saints trail 4-0. Came back to take a 7-5 lead. Here's Brown with the Blue Dragons on our near side. Drives in. Jumper outside. Off its mark. No good by Green. Rebound Mounsey underneath for the Saints. She'll bring it out. She's an All-American. Played well last year. To pass to the corner right. Three-pointer from the corners. Up and good by Carl. Vanessa Carl with the 3-ball. Her first points of the evening. And it's 10-7 now. Dragons trail it.
She's shooting over 50% from beyond the arc.
Here's Roebuck from the foul stripe. She'll stroke it up and in. Roebuck with 4 points, And the Dragons pull it within 1 at 10-9. Saints basketball with the white uniforms on tonight and the green numerals. Ball from the outside, 3-ball. That one comes out on her, no good. That was a missed shot put up by Carl and a rebound clear by the Blue Dragons. So Hutchinson with 2:34 to go in this quarter have an opportunity now to take the lead on this possession. Roebuck gathers in the pass. Now they go left side with it. Green through the right away into the hands of Scott. Amy Scott on the drive. She'll put it up and lay it up and score it. Amy Scott with the intercepted pass in the basket. 12-9 ball game. The lead back at 3 now for the Lady Saints. Can't have those, Darren.
Well, the turnover started once the Saints went into this 3-quarter court trap.
Green with the ball at half court. Goes left side with it. Brown back out top. Roebuck against that zone. Taken away. Monzi with a drive all the way down. Has it stripped away. Nice job at getting back and knocking it away by Hopkins. Timed her block and was able to knock it away. With 1:52 to go, will be Saints basketball. Tough turnover.
Yeah, and the Blue Dragons only had 2 just a few minutes ago, and now already up to 7 turnovers. They have to stop the bleeding, especially those live ball turnovers.
Bounce pass comes in. They get it into Cavani. That's Carla Cavani. Back out on the outside. It goes to Veloso. Down low to Cavani. Cavani trying to get to the basketball. They kick it away and into the hands of Veloso, and a travel call. Turnover against the Saints. So the Blue Dragons with 1:42 will have the basketball, trailing it by 3.
And the Blue Dragons are finding out quickly in the post. They can let Carla Cavani turn and try to dribble because she can't dribble very well. She continues to lose the ball there in the paint.
Kramer back into the lineup along with also another starter, Bradshaw. That's Tia Bradshaw out of Dodge City. Brown wide open underneath, goes up and she missed a little layup, little bouncer, and a reach-in foul call. They're going to whistle this one on the Blue Dragons.
Well, it was just enough. She was trying to get herself up and over the much taller Cavani at 6'3", and she contorted her body just enough that she just missed the layup.
Roebuck picks up the personal. It'll be her first. 1:24 to go now in this quarter number 1. Dragons down by 3, 12-9. This is kind of like a battle of the heavyweights. Both teams expected to do well. There's a steal as Kramer came away with it. Errant pass for the Saints. Kramer up in the forecourt, and a foul away from the play. This one, is it going to be on Roebuck? If it is, it'll be her second. It is on Roebuck. She quickly picked up 2 fouls. And checking back in now will be Barber. Dragon lineup, and Roebuck will take a seat.
Well, if the Blue Dragons can get it back down there, they're starting to send Mickens on that backside of the block that's been open. If they can expose that, they can score a lot of quick points.
Saints will bring the basketball up. It's Sylvia Veloso with the ball. Hands it off to Mounsey. Mounsey, last year in the second half of that game here, played on the Seward's court, just tore up the Dragons. Mounsey, dribble drives, goes up strong, shoots and misses. Rebound cleared away by Mickens. Dragons want to run. Bradshaw, they go left side underneath. Kramer dribbling it all the way under and dribbled it on the end line. Turnover, Hutchinson.
Yeah, turnover 8, on pace to have 32 in this one.
That's 2. John Onges only likes to have about 14 a game, but inside of 40 seconds right now in quarter 1. Dragons down by 3. Saints basketball. Ball out top to Green and a jump ball. What are we going to call?
It's away from the ball. Foul.
Foul.
Looks like it's going to go against the Blue Dragons and Alicia Brown.
So Brown will pick up her second. That's the 15th foul. So that will send the Saints to the foul stripe. Now, this is kind of funny because I don't even think that Seward knew who was fouled. As it will send to the line Valerie Caro. She's out of Satana, Kansas. Both the Caro girls are out of Satana, Kansas. Just up the road a piece from here, not far. Free throws up and missing. She'll shoot a second one. Takes her time. Right-hander out of Satana. She's a sophomore. Free throws up and good. So she's got 1 point on the board, and it's a 13-9 lead now. The lead is 4 for the Saints. Mickens. Ball taken away from her. She turned and dribbled. Now still loose on the floor. Dragons trying to come up with it. Finally, it's going to be off of a Saint, I think. Or is it? They say it's off the Blue Dragons.
And with that, the Blue Dragons have as many turnovers as they have points.
9 to be exact. 13-9. Dragons trail it. Saints with the basketball with 21.6 to go in quarter one. Hutchinson jumped out to a 4-0 lead. Saints have came back and now extended their lead to 4. Pass out high. Bounce pass goes right side. Layup good. Able to catch Carl streaking underneath. And all of a sudden, a lot of unanswered points for the Dragons, and a travel call goes against Hutchinson. 2.9 to go. Dragons are down by 6, 15-9.
That is the same call that they did not have against Mounsey earlier. The 2 steps and you stop on your second plant foot. She did that earlier and got away with it. The Blue Dragons not so lucky.
Saints kick it in. Mounsey trying to get one more, puts it up and scores it right as the buzzer goes down. So Mounsey with the quick basket, and the Blue Dragons trail after the end of one quarter of play, 17-9. We'll take a 1-minute break. Blue Dragons trail it, Saints 17, Dragon Ladies 9. We'll be back with second quarter action right after this.
There's something new about Reno County area transportation. The drivers are wearing safety green uniforms. These will alert motorists when drivers are on the street, assisting passengers on and off the bus, keeping everyone safer. RCAT is first come, first served general public transportation that has a bright future. And it's not just the color of our shirts. Call 694-2913 for information.
Just as the Hutchinson Blue Dragons athletics are a tradition, so is the Anchor Inn in downtown Hutchinson. Whether you plan lunch or dinner or even take out for home, the Anchor Inn is a great family restaurant that you are sure to enjoy. Order off their great menu or take advantage of the Anchor Inn's awesome buffet. You'll make a great choice either way. The Anchor Inn is also a great spot to meet up with old friends and acquaintances because everyone goes to the Anchor. That's the Anchor Inn at 128 South Main in Hutchinson, proud supporters of Hutchinson Blue Dragon Athletics. Bound in the person of Tia Bradshaw. Again, a freshman out of Dodge City. Came to Hudson to join her sister, Brianna Bradshaw, who wears number 3. Tia wears number 12. She's an inch shorter than her sister. I noticed a lot of girls really grew over the summer. Left side of the basketball to her sister, Brianna Bradshaw. Bradshaw back out front to Kramer. Now Tia Bradshaw. Back to Barber, shot clock at 12, low baseline to Mickens, and she stepped on the out-of-bounds line on the baseline.
Now give credit to Siegler, kind of got down there on the baseline and cut Mickens off just in time to force her out of bounds for the 11th Dragon turnover.
9:24 to go. Second quarter of play. We're live from Liberal. Hernandez, she's back in there. Lexi Hernandez out of Canyon, Texas. Jumper up and a three-pointer up and good by Veloso. That's Sylvia Veloso. 2 trays to her credit tonight. She has 6 points, 9:03 to go in the second quarter, 20-9. A lot of unanswered points now for the Blue Dragons. As it was 12-9. An 8-0 run. Ball knocked away. It'll be Blue Dragons basketball. Mickens getting a little frustrated. She's not getting it clean down underneath.
Well, we've seen it from Roebuck, and now we've seen it from Mickens going below the waist. And when it gets there, the Saints are just poking it away.
Takes a step away when you do that. Plus, you can be as tall as all get out. You bring it down, you neutralize any advantage that you might have had. Ball comes outside. Bradshaw dribbled across the top of the lane and gives it off to Kramer. Here on the far side, Barber. Thrown away. Mounsey comes up with it. Mounsey will dribble through the traffic, puts it up and misses, but the foul called. This one should go on Bradshaw. That'll be on Brianna Bradshaw, I believe. So that's who they'll whistle.
Just when the Blue Dragons thought they kind of had that 3-2 zone figured out, the Saints go into that three-quarter court trap and now fall back into a 2-3 defense.
Free throw toss is up and good by Mounsey. She's off to a good start already.
7 points.
She will shoot a second one. Blue Dragons up and good. So 8 points in the first half for Mounsey. And it's 22-9. Blue Dragon trail by 13. 8:38 to go in quarter 2. Stay tuned around 8 o'clock. Tip-off for the guys' game. Number 1 team in the nation, the Blue Dragons of Hutchinson versus the Saints, who have a new head coach this year. Ball on the outside. Bradshaw. That's Tia Bradshaw. Ball inside. Basket good.
Kramer able to just turn around from 14 and knock it down.
Her first points of the night, needed that one. Stopped a long drought for the Blue Dragons. 22-11. Hutchinson being doubled up, but nice to get a basket. Drive underneath. Jumper up and missing underneath. Put up by Cavani. That's Carla Cavani. And the rebound cleared out by Hutch. And they lose it. Here on the drive, Veloso. She'll lay it up and score it. Just flat picked the pocket of Tia Bradshaw. And it's 24-11 now. Blue Dragons trail it. 7:47 to go in this second quarter of play. Oh, really having a hard time is Bradshaw getting across. Now she does to Kramer. Back to Tia Bradshaw. Over to Brianna Bradshaw. Wide open Kramer in the paint. She'll gun it, and then Hill comes out on her, no good. Rattle around and pinballed out, and the rebound cleared out by Veloso. Saints basketball. They'll drive left side, Veloso, and they just about throw it away, but Hernandez was there to come up with it. She'll launch a long three. It's no good. Rebound cleared off the floor quickly by Bradshaw, and Brianna Bradshaw will bring it up on her own for the Blue Dragons. Bounce pass to Mickens. Can't get there. There's a steal. Coming up with it for Seward was Tinner. To go in a quarter. Hernandez near side, runs the Blue Dragon bench. Top of the key, wide open Tinner. She'll launch the three and hit it.
Her first made three-pointer of the year.
6:46 to go in the second quarter of play. Dragons trail it 27-11. Wowza. Saints have just exploded. They led at the end of the quarter 17-9. Dribble penetration by Bradshaw. Bad pass goes sailing out of bounds. Last touch off of a Blue Dragon, trying to get it to Mickens. Just nothing's working.
Well, that's the second time we've seen a miscommunication between the two players down there trying to do a two-man game. And the last time, Mickens was coming to set a screen, and they were trying to bounce it back behind the defender. No go. That time, Mickens was cutting to the basket. They thought she was going to stay put and threw it away out of bounds.
Toby Wynn with the timeout. I think it's going to be a 30-second variety. 6:27 to go in this second quarter of play. Dragons on the wrong end of a 27-11 score. We'll be back with more from Seward County in Liberal, Kansas in 30 seconds.
Ever wonder why some wireless carriers charge so much more than others? At Nextech Wireless, you'll receive nationwide coverage, 4G LTE data, and unlimited data, but we don't overcharge you like some of the other carriers do. Plus, we have buy one, get one free smartphones and the best customer service. With more than 50 stores in our area, you can actually talk to us face to face. Tired of paying more and only getting more fees, charges, and a higher bill? Say goodbye to your carrier and hello to Nextech Wireless.
Well, 6:26 to go in this second quarter. 27-11. Saints on top of the Blue Dragons, trying to come back, but nothing's working, Darren.
Yeah, they've allowed the Saints to open up on a 10-2 run here in the second quarter.
New face, Vanessa Caro into the lineup. They'll drive right side. They'll kick it back outside. Caro gets it again. Now to Mounsey. She'll launch the three. Rims off, no good. Rebound, Mickens. She'll cover up and get it out quickly. And here comes Bradshaw with the basketball for Hutch. Hutch needs to start to get some shots off. Kramer from three land. Rims off on her, no good. Mounsey with a rebound. Not sure that's what they wanted, but it was a wide open look. Now we go the other way. Three-pointer, left side, up and good. A three-pointer by Vanessa Caro. She has two now. 6 points total, and it is 30-11. They're just really on a big roll.
Fifth three-pointer by the Saints, 5 of 8.
Reach-in foul. They're going to whistle this one, I think, against Amy Scott. That'll be her first personal, team second. Dragons will inbound. Baseline right. Glad to have you along on the Blue Dragon Sports Network. You can go to the Blue Dragon Sports Network by just going to BlueDragonSports.com and go over under media, and you can see scheduled broadcasts and just click on either the audio or the video. And a 5 count goes against Hutchinson. It'll be Saints basketball. How many turnovers, Darren?
Officially 17.
Wow. That's the story of the ballgame. 35. Try to cut it down to a single digit if possible, and an illegal pick is going to be set. This one's going to be on Mounsey. Mounsey will pick up her personal. Mounsey probably has a lot of offers, I would imagine. She was an All-American. When you return as a freshman from an All-American, probably a lot of people looking at you.
Yeah, especially after you put up on her verge of now her 37th straight game of 10-plus points. She's been a known scorer in this league.
If you remember last year in that second half, she just took over the ball game. Blue Dragons turn it over here. Green can't handle it. We go the other way. The layup is up and missing. Mounsey comes in, crashes. She's loose on the floor. Out of bounds it goes. It will be last touched off of Mounsey. Blue Dragons basketball. Boy, she works so hard. You have to give her credit. When you see a player play as hard as she does, you just got to applaud the effort. I don't care if you're pulling for. And Creedle will check back into the ball game. Hutchinson basketball. They've had a hard time getting it anywhere where they could shoot the basketball. There's a drive by Mickens. She'll gun it on its way and hit it. So Mickens is able to score it. Only her second score of the ball game. She had the other one back in the first quarter early on. 30-13 now. The lead is 27. The ball turned over by the Saint ladies, so they turn it over.
Yeah, just their third turnover since being ahead 5-2 in that category. Now they have 8, and the Blue Dragons have steamed right ahead to 18 turnovers.
Basketball, Kramer. Dribble penetrates. Over our near side now with the basketball is Hopkins. Far side, Green with the basketball. Brings it out top of the key. Looks left. 10 on the shot clock. Back to Barber. She'll gun the three ball and hit it. Big three ball by Barber.
Blue Dragons needed that desperately. It's her first three-pointer of the season.
6 points for Barber. 30-16 now. The lead cut to 14. What you do in this situation with 4:22 to left is you try to get it down to single digits. Here's Monsey. She'll gun and miss. Rebound Barber. Dragons have an opportunity. Travel call is going to go against Green. Is not giving her enough time. Good defense by Amy Scott. She came up there, bang, bang play, and Green tried to turn her away from her and shuffled her feet.
Well, and that's the sole reason you send in Alicia Green at this point is to take care of the basketball, and she hasn't been able to do it.
That was a situation right there where you got to say to, if you're a teammate, hey, you got somebody coming. Look out. Ball on the outside now. Siegler has Three ball from our near side basket's good.
In this contest.
33-16, red hot are the Saints. They lead the Blue Dragons with 3:53 to go in the second quarter of play. Ball on the outside. Kramer, boy, they're all over her. She'll take a baseline all the way under and travels with the basketball. Turnover against Hutchinson.
Number 20, just a case of trying to do a little bit too much down there on the baseline and got caught between 3 or 4 defenders down there, did Kramer.
So the Saints will have the basketball. Lady Saints, 2-0 on the season. Again, they had a win over Heston, 84-45. They also won over Frank Phillips, 61-47. There's a three ball up and good. A three ball put up and in by Siegler. She was adjusting the mask. Did you see that? She reached down because the mask came just to face. She has the broken nose. Jumper by Mickens. It's not. 36-16, a 20-point Saint lead. Lady Saints, Siegler with another three. It's off its mark, no good. Barber for the rebound for the Blue Dragons. Hutchinson will push it. Here's Kramer. Our near side, it quickly goes to Hopkins. Back around, Green touched it. Here's Kramer again. 15 on the shot clock. Turnaround jumper put up by Barber, not there. Loose basketball ran down by the Saints. Sylvia Voso quickly down the court. She'll go to Caro underneath. Shot not there. Blue Dragons rebound. As Kayla Barber will come up with a loose basketball. A whistle in the backcourt. A timeout's going to be taken. We'll get a half a minute in. 2:30 to go in this second quarter of play. Dragons down by 20. That's right, 20. 36-16. Lady Dragon basketball returns in a half minute.
Hello, this is Tom Elliott of Elliott Mortuary, and again this year we are pleased to help sponsor HCC Blue Dragon Sports. We encourage you to support all the Blue Dragon games, both home and away, with your attendance, but if not, we hope you enjoy listening to the game here on KWBW and Country 102.9. Elliott Mortuary and Crematory, a proud sponsor of Hutchinson Community College, and honored to have served the families of Hutchinson and Reno County since 1935.
Remaining to go in the second quarter of play. Glenn Grunwald, Darren Dunn. Lady Saints of Seward 36, the Blue Dragon Ladies 16. Pretty good domination.
Well, if I told you that the Blue Dragons were on an 18-3 run, you'd be feeling pretty good about yourself, but that's in the turnover category. Since it was 5-2, the Blue Dragons have turned the ball over 18 times to just 3 for the Saints.
With the basketball will be Barber on the far side. She'll inbound. Gets it into Bradshaw. Tia Bradshaw back in the ball game now. Back to Barber. In and out of her hands, and she runs it down. Left side now to Hopkins. Trying to get it to Kramer. She'll drive in. Finds an open seam. Puts it up and in. Kramer with her second basket. She has 4. 36-18. That breaks the drought. Unfortunately, the Dragons have had a couple of them tonight. Saints lead at 36-18. Travel call. They're going to whistle this one on Tinner. She'll turn the ball over. So that will be turnover number 11 for the Lady Saints. Blue Dragons with 20 first half turnovers.
21 of the Saints' 36 have come from the deep ball.
Into the ball game, Brianna Bradshaw will check in. Dodge City sophomore. Take Hopkins' place,
And we've seen the ball handling be kind of contagious. You know, once you see some of your most secure ball handlers lose the ball and slip up a few times, you start to see everybody else on the floor start to mishandle it like they've been eating popcorn with lots of butter.
Ball on the outer perimeter. Left side to drive by Bradshaw. She's hip bumped, and a foul's going to go against Tinner. That'll be her first. Making me hungry now for popcorn. We had to get a little bite because we don't eat till late on our way back. Pretty good hot dogs, don't you think?
Yeah, not bad. Yeah. Especially pretty good size hot dogs for the price.
Ball comes in, out top now. They'll work it over to Bradshaw. Bradshaw with the basketball. Back to Tia Bradshaw. Both sisters playing catch. One's a sophomore, one's a freshman. Drive inside. Mickens, she's blocked a little bit when she went up, but coming out with it be the same. Beloso. Offensive foul called on Beloso. That'll be only her first. The Dragons will have the basketball with 1:30 to go before intermission. Hutchinson trailing 36-18.
You say blocked. On the other end was Mickens, which is true. That's probably the way it'll go in the stat sheet. I would like to say bopped in the nose.
Here's Barber with the ball. Clear out at half court. Gives it off to Bradshaw. And again, that's Tia Bradshaw. Bounce pass goes corner left. Tia Bradshaw around to Kramer. Just about throws it away and then does throw it away. That's Barber with the turnovers. Kramer's pass was errant. We go down the other way. Saints in traffic. Jumper up and good by Monzi. Monzi with 10 points in the first half.
Yeah, there it is. 37 straight games for her of 10-plus points.
Dragon fans wanted to travel, didn't get it. She maybe shuffled her feet, but not close enough to call. Here's a drive underneath. They're going to go to Mickens. And she and Tia Bradshaw not on the same page as of right now. Here come the Saints. Saints basketball, they're red hot, and they just about throw it away. Grabbing it was Hernandez just in time. The drive by Sigler back outside over the right wing. They'll take it to Beloso. Saints around the horn. They'll move it nicely over the left wing. Monzi has it. Left elbow. Sutter steps, blows by Kramer. Double team. They'll kick it back outside. Hernandez for three on our near court. It won't go, but a rebound's cleared away by Veloso, and they'll reset the offense with 18 seconds to go. They're going to work for one last shot before halftime. Now it's down to 12. Veloso out top. She directs traffic. Here's Monzi. Give it to Monzi. Let her work her magic. Monzi on the outside. Off the ball screen. Back over to Sigler. She'll gun the three. Off no good. Fight for the rebound. Put back by Hernandez. Not there. And we go to the dressing rooms. The Saints with a 20-point lead at intermission, leading at 38-18. We will take a 2-minute timeout. We'll get set to add up all the numbers. Again, the Blue Dragons trailing on the wrong end of a 38-18 score after leading 4-0 early minutes. It kind of looked like they were going to dominate the game. Blue Dragons lost that lead, and the Saints were able to build it to 20 at intermission. Darren and I'll be back with more right after this 2-minute timeout.
Hi, I'm Ken Hyman, General Manager of Midwest Superstore in Hutchinson. We're proud to be a sponsor of HCC Sports. You have choices when it comes to your vehicle purchases, and a better way is more than a slogan. Any new or select pre-owned purchase comes with our Advantage Rewards benefits. That includes complimentary car washes with every service visit, a loaner car with any major service, including oil changes and tire rotations. A better way also means no high-pressure sales tactics. Everyone has deals, but do they take care of you after the sale? Visit us at MidwestSuperstore.com and go Blue Dragons.
Hello, my name is Dr. Brandy Weens, family practitioner at Summit Healthcare. We offer the full spectrum of family practice services, including well child checks, chronic disease management, and in-office procedures. Summit Healthcare is committed to providing quality family medicine and walk-in care to patients of all ages. As a Hutchinson native, I am honored to return to this wonderful community where the inspiration for my medical journey began. Schedule your appointment with me, Dr. Weens, at Summit Healthcare today, 662-6000.
Basketballs are bouncing and crowds are cheering. Your best offense during cold and flu season is a good defense. Drink plenty of liquids, get plenty of rest, and keep your hands sanitized. If a bug still manages to get you, Ashcraft Pharmacy, your local Health Mart pharmacy, has over-the-counter medications that can help. Or if you need a prescription, we offer free mail-out, free delivery, or call ahead for our handy curbside service. Go Dragons! From Ashcraft Pharmacy in the Hart Shopping Center, South Hutchinson, and Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
We all like to save money whenever we can, right? You can do that every day at Salt City Pawn and Jewelry. Hi, this is owner Paul, inviting you to stop in and say hi to our friendly staff. And while you're here, check for 3,000 great merchandise priced at outstanding values. We don't have to offer huge sale prices for one day only when we do that on a daily basis. Save big over retail prices on firearms, electronics, guitars and amps, name brand tools, video games, jewelry, and more. See us at 916 East 4th and Hutch, just east of 4th and Severance. We're proud to be alumni and supporters of all Blue Dragon athletics.
Well, welcome back to the Greenhouse and Liberal at halftime, 38-18, Saints on top. Before we get to the Medicine Shop in-game capsule, a hearty congratulations to the world's greatest generation as the American Legion members as well as veterans are being acknowledged here at halftime here at the Greenhouse. Probably about 12, 13 gentlemen that are stepping out, saluting, and being acknowledged by a standing crowd. Great to see here in Liberal that they are giving their accolades to those that served us and served us very, very well. America's greatest generation. Now, with the Medicine Shop in-game council, brought to you by the Medicine Shop at 14th and Main, the Little White Castle. It's time to get your flu shot. Also, if you're looking to get your Medicare Part D updated, you can go in there. They'll plug your info in, what medications you're on, and find out what plan is the best, and they do change. So I highly recommend you go in and talk to Rick and the gang at the Medicine Shop. Here's Darren Dunn.
Well, the Lady Saints had 29 turnovers in their last contest, so we expected them to jump out of the gate with turning the ball over, and they did. They were ahead in that category for a little while at 5-2 before the floodgates opened for the Blue Dragons. The Saints still had 12 turnovers, which you would say, man, that's a lot for one half of basketball. The Blue Dragons 22 turnovers officially in that first half. Kayla Barber pacing the Blue Dragons with 6 points and 6 rebounds. She was kind of finding that soft pace around the free throw line and the elbows and able to get those turnaround 15-footers to go. Jada Mickens returning home to Liberal had 4 points. Dejanay Roebuck had 4, but remember, foul trouble, so we saw her in limited minutes in the first half of action. And Sarah Kramer able to drop in 4 points for the Blue Dragons as well. For Seward, 21 of the 38 points came off of 3-point baskets. In fact, they had 14 field goals in that first half. 7 of those were 3-pointers, shooting lights out from beyond the arc. 5 players have at least 1 3-pointer. 2 of those players have 2. 10 points for Molly Mounsey, her 37th straight game with 10-plus points. Only one time in her career, it was her debut, did she score fewer than 10 points, and she put up 9 in that ball game. Veloso able to score 8 points, pull down 5 rebounds, and then Amy Scott dropped in 5 points as well. So for the Blue Dragons, once they saw that three-quarter court trap come into play, something came loose. One of the wheels came loose, and then another one on the other side started to do the same. And from there, the turnovers just started pouring out. They shot only 27% from the floor in the first quarter. Overall, they shot 35% because they shot 44% in the second quarter, but they only put up 9 shots in the second quarter. And they only put up 9 in the second quarter. They were busy turning over the ball. Those, they have been live ball turned down the other way for a layup opportunity.
Yeah, the Blue Dragons leading in the rebounds, but on the other end of it, the Saints, who last year shot 36.1% from outside the arc, this year came to this game shooting 27.7. How's 40% sound? They were red hot from outside the arc. So 2 things, Dragons have got to take care of the basketball. It's not enabling them to be able to run their offense and get good shots. Seward County defense has a lot to do with that, but at the same time, you got to be able to run your offense.
Well, no one's on the same page for the Blue Dragons. The guards and the posts are nowhere near the same page. We've seen multiple times where a guard has dribbled down into a trap situation where the post is coming up to set a screen. The guard thinks that the post is going to stop at the block instead of come all the way out more feet and set that screen, and then it's the opposite problem the next down. So you can just see it on the face somehow, some way in this second half. The other thing with Alicia Green, she was sent into this game to take care of the basketball. She had a couple of poor turnovers that were pretty, you could see them right away when they happened, that you knew that it's not typical of her play. She just kind of dribbled the ball off of her foot in one situation, or it took a bad bounce off the floor. Another one, she didn't know a defender was coming. But on top of that, in her last game at the sports arena, John Anches was telling her, hey, you're not a scoring threat. Why are you not looking to score? So they need her to do 2 things in the second half. The first would be take care of the basketball. The second would be look for your shots.
Let's take a 2-minute timeout. That is your Medicine Shop. Main, Rick Stone and the gang. Encourage you to get a flu shot if you have not already. Stop in there and get it. And it'll also, again, plug in all your Medicare Part D information. You have till December 7th to change your plan if you're a Medicare recipient, and that's very important to do. You can't not assume that the plan that you had this year will be as good a plan for you on next year, because those plans do change. So stop in and talk to them. Of course, they got the great over-the-counter products as well. And more than anything, they'll deliver just great ambassadors for healthcare in the city of Hutchinson and Reno County as far as that's concerned. We will take a 2-minute timeout, come back and look at some of the football scores from this afternoon, including that Blue Dragon win over Dodge City. We'll take a break. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
Welcome Hutchinson Medicine Shop. With the emergence of big business, not only in pharmacy, but all industries, the Medicine Shop is proud to be a thriving local business in Hutchinson, Reno County, and Central Kansas for your support. In turn, we're proud to be a major sponsor of the Hutch High Salthawks, as well as other area high schools, the Blue Dragons, Chiefs, Royals, Jayhawks, and Wildcats. You support us, and the Hutchinson Medicine Shop supports local sports.
HCC Sports is brought to you by the Sportscasters, Portfolio Recovery Associates, Dr. Robert Epp of the Hutchinson Clinic, Barkley Plumbing, Vernon Chiropractic Center, Tim and Gina Ritter, along with Brian Strange of the Green Vision Group, Sutton Kaufman Transmission Service, Wade Patton Insurance, A&A Builders, Bold Office Shears, Mega Manufacturing, MAYB, Mid-America Youth Basketball, Lowen Corporation, and by Mann, Wyatt & Rice, LLC. These Sportscaster Club members help provide funds for HCC scholarships.
For over 15 years, Erickson Custom Building has helped homeowners bring their remodel ideas to life. If you're looking to update a kitchen or bathroom or hoping to remodel your entire home, trust the team at Erickson Custom Building. We create customized plans designed around your dreams, ideas, and budget. For quality and follow-through on any home project, call Erickson Custom Building at 620-585-2816 or visit ericksoncustombldg.com.
Just when you thought you were done with taxes, you got a letter from the IRS. Maybe you're being audited, or maybe you filed for an extension and still need some tax help. We at H&R Block are there for you. We don't stop working on April 15th. Our tax professionals are here to help you year-round. So if you have tax issues you need a hand with, even if H&R Block didn't do your taxes the first time around, visit our offices in Hutchinson, Lyons, or Ellsworth and let our experienced tax professionals help get you every dollar you deserve.
Well, welcome back to the Greenhouse in Liberal, Kansas.
The Rothie family name has always been connected to serving the Hutchinson community, and you can expect the same kind of high-quality service.
Trying to overcome turnovers and poor shooting. I said, by the way, that the Saints had shot 40% from three-point land. They had actually shot 50% from three-point land at 5 out of 10. Well, actually 7 out of 14 overall for the ballgame. So they've been red hot from that standpoint. Let's look at some football scores from this afternoon in the Jayhawk Conference. Garden City all over Fort Scott, 16-9-0. That's a Fort Scott team that came into Gowan Stadium and did away with the Blue Dragons last week by 5 points. And Garden City really playing some pretty good football right now, won at 69-0. It was Highland hosting Ellsworth and won at 35-0 in a non-league encounter. The Blue Dragons went into Dodge City and came out on the right end of a 27-6 win. They had led at 13-0 at halftime and did away with the Dodge City Conquistadors 27-6, 7-4. The Dragons' record now. They'll wait the announcement of their foe in the Salt City Bowl. It'll be December 2nd. He's coming up in about 3 weeks. Iowa Central won at Butler at El Dorado by the score of 7-0. Scored with 39 seconds to go before halftime and made that count. Actually scored late in the contest, but they had a holding call that took it off the board. Still 7-0. The Grizzlies, a 25-game losing streak by Iowa Central, Darren, was snapped.
Hands down, the biggest surprise of the day. Butler, after beating Independence last week, kind of had everything in place the way they wanted it, a chance to go after the Jayhawk title if Independence should lose tonight. Even if Independence loses tonight to Coffeyville, still the biggest surprise that Butler couldn't put up even a single point against Iowa Central.
They foiled Independence last week for a perfect conference run by beating them 31-27, but this one was a shocker. 7-0. Butler drops one at home to Iowa Central. They had just worked their way up to number 7 in the standings in the nation, and would have had a pretty sweet bowl. Still might get a pretty sweet bowl, but still, that's a tough thing to take. It just shows you how balanced community college football is. Iowa Central had lost 25 straight games, been in some of them, lost some in overtime, and go and lose that one. And just a heartbreaking loss right there. Again, action coming up at 7 o'clock tonight. Coffeyville at Independence, the Battle of Montgomery County. That's always a dogfight down there. We'll see who comes out on top with that one.
Well, you would think Independence would be pretty hungry after losing to Butler last week, and still, an opportunity to just go ahead and win the Jayhawk outright. Things get interesting, though, if they lose.
First night of conference play here across the conference. We'll run down some of those scores when we get into the guys' action, as the women are in play, most places I know that Indy was at Pratt tonight, Garden and Butler were locking up, so we'll run down some of those scores as well and keep our eye on that Fort Scott Coffeyville score as well. 38-18, Hutchinson trailing the Saints of Seward. We're at halftime. We're going to take a minute timeout, let Larry run some spots. Larry Stonecipher, our chief engineer this evening. He worked the game board today for the football as well. He's getting overtime, double time tonight as he's working basketball, two games as well. We're glad to have Larry along. We'll take a break. We'll be back with more from the greenhouse in 2 minutes.
The Rothy family name has always been connected to serving the Hutchinson community, and you can expect the same kind of high-quality service when you visit Rothy Family Flooring. They believe you deserve to be treated like family, so they've invested in their own talented and trustworthy installers to lay your floors. No outside contractors will ever knock on your door if Rothy works for you. Let them show you their expansive selection of name brand flooring and trust your home to the best. Rothy Family Flooring, 325 North Main, Hutchinson.
It could be you just woke up feeling way too yucky, or one of your kids gets really scuffed up while playing. Whatever the reason, you might need same-day medical care. You'll really appreciate the Prairie Star Walk-In Clinic. We're concerned about your well-being, whether you have insurance or not. Welcome to the responsive care you deserve at Prairie Star Health Center, 30th and K61 in Hutchinson.
Jim's Water and Woods has what you need to enjoy cooler fall temperatures like hot spring spas. Relax in the warm, soothing water of the #1 selling brand on the market with a size and model just right for everyone. Or spend some quality time in the great outdoors in one of their Eno hammocks or chairs. Or take a look at the Eno backpacks, totes, blankets, and more. And since grilling season is year-round, Jim's offers great grills from Weber and Hasty Bake and smokers from Cook Shack and Fast Eddie's. See the fall possibilities at Jim's Water and Woods, 419 West 2nd in Hutchinson, and follow them on Facebook.
This is Carter File, president of Hutchinson Community College. I invite you to join us this winter as the proud tradition of Blue Dragon men's and women's basketball continues at the historic Hutchinson Sports Arena. Both teams are favorites in the tough Jayhawk Conference, so you won't want to miss any of the action. Find the schedule at BlueDragonSports.com, like us on Facebook, and follow Blue Dragon Sports on Twitter. As always, go Blue Dragons.
Well, welcome back to the power plant. I want to remind everybody there's a fog advisory in central Kansas tonight, so be careful driving out there. We caught a little fog outside of Pratt on our way out here, and then we actually saw sunshine, but be careful as you drive. 38-18, Blue Dragons trying to get back in this one. And Darren, what do they got to do? They're down by 20 with 20 minutes to go. What do you got to do to get back in this?
Well, just guard the three. I think the Saints will finally cool off a little bit, and you can't turn the ball over 22 times this half. Call me crazy. I think they could still finish with 30 turnovers and win this ball game, but that only leaves them 8 turnovers in this second half to play with. So control the ball, guard the three.
Inbounding will be the Blue Dragons. They'll have it on the far side as they'll be inbounding the basketball to start this second half of play. And it comes into Kramer. And Kramer will set it up on the offense. Gives it off to Alicia Brown, who got the start here in the second half. Alicia holds the ball high, finally giving it up to Roebuck. Boy, Roebuck caught those 2 fouls early and has been quiet. There's a reach-around foul. Beloso will pick up the personal. That'll be her second personal, first team foul of the second half. So Hutchinson inbound on the far side. All over to Kramer, stolen away as they jump it and stolen right back by Kramer. Is not able to handle it was Vanessa Caro. We go the other way, and Mickens is able to take advantage and score it. Mickens with her third basket. She has 6 points after scoring a career-high 34 in the first game of the year. Dribble penetration by Carl. She'll pull up. Backdoor play to Monsey. She goes up and blocked by the Blue Dragons. Roebuck got in there, and here comes Hutchinson. Up the court comes Tia Bradshaw. Bradshaw gives it up to Mickens. Layup doesn't go. Rebound's going to be cleared underneath where Kabonke is stolen away by Mickens. Underneath Roebuck, a crazy shot put up by Roebuck, and she would have been better to come all the way out and reset the offense. Ends up the rebound goes now to the Saints. Blue Dragons down by 18. Just underway, third quarter play. Glenn Grunwald, Darren Dunn. We're courtside from the greenhouse in Liberal, Kansas. Dribble drive. All the way down. Carvante lays it up and scores it. Showed some finesse, huh?
Yeah, really, she's not that quick off the dribble, but somehow Mickens just let her by enough to get to the rack.
Kramer with the ball on the outer perimeter. Still a 20-point game at 40-30. Saints with the lead. Just underway, third quarter action. Ball right side, Alicia Brown, or she'll shove it up, not there. Rebound's going to be cleared away by Veloso. Saints basketball. She'll angle dribble across the half court. Monzi has it, has a seam, and travels with the basketball. Turnover against Monzi. On several occasions tonight, she kind of looks like she's about to travel or does travel, but that time she was caught.
She's one of those you can tell probably had trouble in high school keeping that pivot foot down on the ground, because when she does that fake, she likes to drag it.
8:01 to go in this third period of play. Hutchison trailing by 20. Got to get going. Kramer guarded out front by Carl. Roebuck tests it over to Brown. Alicia Brown, she's double teamed. Monzi comes out on her. Here's Roebuck. They'll rekey the offense. Now they'll go left wing with it. Here's Bradshaw. Tia Bradshaw crosses over into the paint. Has it knocked away from her. Loose basketball picked up by Moundsey in the paint. And she'll bring it up. Turnover, another one by the Blue Dragons. Up the court, Saints move it. Have the luxury of a big lead of 20. The drive to the basket, it won't go. Rebound, put back, not there. Foul call of Mickens. And it'll be one that you shoot free throws as Govanke will go to the line.
The problem with the turnovers has been the fact that a lot of them have come from steals. And you saw the Saints do that earlier in the season where they forced 35 turnovers against Heston. 21 were steals.
Mickens picks up the personal. Go ahead.
And in this one, kind of that same pattern. 22 turnovers in the first half, and 12 of those came off of steals. So those are those live ball turnovers that can really hurt you.
They will shoot free throws up and missing. Rebounds cleared out by Roebuck, and Hutchison will bring it up. Cavante got one of the two, so 3 points for her. Here's Brown on the outside. Blue Dragons working around top of the key. Kramer had it for a second. Back to Bradshaw. Fires a pass back to Kramer. Kramer left wing. Ball goes out high to Roebuck. Into the paint. Floats one. Scores it. Nice job. Roebuck looks so fluid out there. Her first basket of the second half. She has 6.
Double-double in her last game. 12 points and 18 rebounds. Trying to work that way here, but sat out most of the first half in foul trouble.
Yeah, she got those 2 quick ones. Ball was knocked away from the Saints, but getting it right back was the Saints, as the Blue Dragons could not convert. Here's a drive. Cavante shoots it up and misses it. Mickens with the rebound. Cavante looks like she could really be a fluid ball player, just the way she moves. Here's Kramer. Bounce pass underneath. Shot up. 41-24. Saints with the lead. And the basketball. 6:15 to go. Third period of play. Join Darren and I coming up on Wednesday night from Cloud County. The next opponent for the Blue Dragons. Dribble penetration. Nice move by Cavante. Left side quarter by Hernandez. The 3 ball. It won't ring. And out of bounds. Last touched off a Blue Dragon. Mickens hustled to get a hand on it, and out of bounds it went. I think she wished she wouldn't have done that.
Well, I think she got poked in the eye just before that shot went up, so she had trouble locating kind of that long rebound, and I think that's why it got away from her.
Monzi will inbound on the far side. Ball comes out high now to Scott. Feed down the low block to Monzi. Back outside. Jumper on its way by Tenner. It's not there. Rebound cleared away by the Blue Dragons. So all of a sudden the Saints in this third period came out a little bit of a lid on the basket, giving the Blue Dragons an opportunity to try to make a run. 41-24 is your score. Dragons trail. Ball out top now with the ball. Bradshaw. Last touched out of bounds by Roebuck.
That's a situation where you have a cutter to the basket from the backside. You think it's an easy 2, but the way this night has gone turns into another turnover for the Blue Dragons, number 24.
41-24. Saints with the basketball. Monzi way out front. She's guarded tight by Brown. Monzi gets it back on the right side. Alicia Brown comes out to contend with her. Bellies up to her. Feet down low. Scott underneath the paint. Brings it back outside. There's Tenner. She holds up over to Hernandez. 4 on the shot clock. Hernandez floats it on its way. Rims off, no good. Rebound cleared underneath by the Blue Dragons. As finally coming out with it will be Mickens after Alicia Brown had it for a second. Roebuck all the way down with it. Stolen away by Moundsey. And Moundsey will bring it up. Mounsey double dribbles. And a turnover against the Saints will give the ball back to Hutchinson. All right, with the ball will be Hutchinson, down 41-24. A 17-point lead with 4:48 to go for the Saints in this third period of play. Kramer back out top. They'll work it left to Brown. Alicia Brown to Tia Bradshaw. Back to Brown. Ball knocked away and stolen by Siegler. Siegler on the drive. Ball knocked from behind. Stolen back by the Blue Dragons. Nifty job by Kramer to pick her pocket. Here comes Brown. Dribble penetration. Kicks it right. Kramer three ball. Right corner on its way. Good. Her 7th point of the night, and forces a timeout with 4:20 to go in this third period of play. Dragons within 14, 41-27. We'll be back in 1/2 minute.
Have you ever been unable to drive due to a short-term injury like a broken bone or some prescription medication? What you may not know is that under those circumstances, you could be granted temporary access to Reno County Area Specialized Transportation Services. Our CAT is first come, first served, safe, affordable public transportation that's here to help. Call 694-2913 for information.
Blue Dragons on a little bit of a run, 41-27. They trail it by 14. This is Blue Dragon basketball on Country 102.9 KHUT in Hutchinson and KWBW in Hutch as well. Blue Dragons trying to rally back, Darren, 41-27.
Just the second three-pointer by the Blue Dragons, and give Kramer credit. She was spotted up over there in the corner, and the ball was thrown outside. She had to hop over about 3 feet outside of where she was originally set up, still able to knock it down with the defender running at her.
Amy Scott with the ponytail out front now to give it up on the right side over to Cavante. That's Carla Cavante who's into the ball game. The three ball comes out on a miss from Sigler, but the rebound cleared underneath and a foul called. They're going to whistle this one on the Blue Dragons.
Mickens just got a hand in there after the offensive rebound by Cavante and left it in the cookie jar a little too long.
Yeah, got a slap. 3. That's her 3rd foul. Coach might have to play through this one with her. Ball comes in to Sigler, stolen away by the Blue Dragons. Here comes Roebuck. She came away with the steal. Under 4 to go in the third period of play. The Dragons can get another quick basket. They'll be right back in this game. The drive and a foul called, and Roebuck will go to the line. Saint fans upset about it. The foul's going to go against Cavante, Carla Cavante, and that'll be her 3rd.
Now, the reason Roebuck able to draw that foul at the last second, she changed direction, going from right to left and crossed over the body of Carla Cavante, able to draw the body-to-body contact.
Free throw by Roebuck is up and good. She will shoot a second one. You had an event today at Walmart, didn't you?
Yeah, the 7th annual Stuff the Trucks with Midwest Ford and Toyota Superstore. Can't wait to count up how much the community gave to the food bank of Reno County today.
Special thanks to Midwest Ford and Toyota. They also will be the sponsor of John Onges' Dragon Talk coming up on Monday night. We'll tell you more about that. Roebuck now in double figures with 10 points with that free throw, and it's 41-29. Blue Dragons are down by 12 with 3:43 to go. If they can get another one here, this is the third period. There's a pick. Here comes Roebuck. Roebuck on the drive. She'll take it down. Score it. Roebuck with the basket. And she has 12, and the Dragons have cut it to a 10-point margin at 41-31. So they trail by 20. Have it down to 10 now with 3:24 to go in the third. The drive, the runner doesn't go. Rebound, Blue Dragons. Roebuck gives it off quickly to Bradshaw. Here comes Tia Bradshaw. Over to the right side. Brown, she'll pop from 3. Got it, a big 3 by Brown. And the Blue Dragons have closed the gap to 7. 41-34. Hutchinson coming back. 3:05 to go in this third period of play. Backdoor play wide open underneath. Saints quiet the Blue Dragons with a big basket at the other end. That one put up by Valerie Caro. She has 5 and makes it 43-34. So a nifty little run by the Blue Dragons, quieted finally by Caro. Ball on the outside. Kramer with the ball. Over the right side to Brown. Brown right side. She's double teamed. Still has a dribble left. Uses it up. Now she's pinned in the corner. Ball knocked away and turned over. Dragons really need the timeout there or put it off somebody's knee. Here we go the other way. Saints have it. They'll set up for the three. Amy Scott, three ball. It comes off, no good. Bradshaw with a rebound for the Blue Dragons, and then she traveled. Banged into the player up in midair, and then traveled with the basketball as Carl banged into her.
Well, and she tried to do the right thing and dribble because she knew her pivot foot was going to come up before she was able to do anything, and in the official's eyes, didn't get that dribble off before that pivot foot came up.
Darren, still a good job to cut that 40-point lead down to
43-34. They're doing
right
all
now.
the right things and have held the Saints to 5 points in this third quarter.
Here comes the inbound. Saints inbound. That's Tanner with the ball on the outside. She'll drive left. Hold up with the basketball. That's Vanessa Caro out of Satana, Kansas. She'll square, shoot the three. Looks good. Is good. Vanessa Caro, her first points of the second half. She has 9, excuse me. Back to 46-34, the lead back at 12 after just seconds ago it was at 7. A minute and 54 to go in the third period of play. Brianna Bradshaw on the ground, back out now to Green. Green dribble drives, open for the layup, scores it! Alicia Hutchison trying to rally back after leading at 4-0. Trailed at halftime, 41-27. Jumper up and on his way off, no good. Loose basketball picked up by the Saints, so they got the offensive board. They'll feed it down low, stolen away by the Blue Dragons as Brown comes up with the loose basketball. Across the timeline, Alicia Green. Over on the left side now, here's Bradshaw back outside to Barber. Here's Brown. Brown pulls it back away. Saint fans wanted to travel, didn't get it. 16 on the shot clock. Flash into Green. Green at the high post, back on the outside to go. Blue Dragons, Barber, three ball at the point. Off its mark, no good. High arching rebound, cleared away. Monzi comes up with it. Saints basketball. Long pass down court, wide open underneath. As Combate, she'll kick it back outside. Carl puts it on its way, but somebody was hanging on her arm, and that person was Brianna Bradshaw. So free throws coming now. Bradshaw picks up the personal. Wow, what a flurry there, Darren.
Well, credit Green last time down offensively. Remember we said she has to try to look for her shot. She definitely did there. Let's see if she can continue to do that here in the second half.
45.3 seconds to go in the third. Free throws up and missing. She'll shoot a second one. Vanessa Caro with 9 points on the night. 3 in the second half of play. Free throw toss is up and good. So 1 out of 2. 10 points total for her. 45 seconds left to go in this third period. Dragons trail by 11. Be nice to get a last-second basket here. Barber to Green. Green on the top side. Looks right over to Brown. Took a look at Mickens. Didn't go to her. Against zone now. Mickens finds baseline. Blocking foul called. This one will go against Vilma Kovanke. And that'll be her third. So the two sisters, the Kovanke sisters, with 6 fouls between them.
Yeah, and instead of trading out sister for sister like they had been doing, they'll bring in Siegler as she gears up with that mask again after the broken nose Monday in practice.
Kramer comes back in the Blue Dragon lineup. She'll take the place of Bree Bradshaw, and off the bench now Roebuck will come into the contest.
See if Roebuck can stay hot offensively. She was out in the first half in foul trouble, but has been a presence offensively here in the third quarter.
Now, she's not in there with Mickens, but they could be a presence together. I think you're going to see them together a lot this year. 25 seconds left to go in the third. Dragons with the possession, down by 11. But that's a far cry from being down by 20, 40-20. 3-point attempt on its way. Good by Brown. Alicia Brown with a big tray. 4 seconds. Mounsey. She'll drive down. She'll score it. Mounsey is money, let me tell you. We'll go to the fourth quarter play. She has 12, and that gives the Saints a 49-39 lead of 10.
That's the second time in this game at the end of a quarter Mounsey has hit a big basket.
You're exactly right. 49-39, a 10-point lead, but the Dragons have cut that 20-point lead down to 10. Get set, put your seatbelt on, and get set for a heck of a fourth quarter play. We'll be back in 1 minute.
If you listen to the radio or watch TV, you probably realize you could be in for a real shock when you get your next heating bill. E&M Plumbing has the solution with the Rude 90-plus modulating gas furnace. Efficiency ratings of 94% and above could mean 30 to 40% savings on heating costs. And it's so quiet, you'll wonder if it's even running at all. E&M service and Rude's reputation for reliability are your answers. Dealer for the Hudson area.
Just as the Hutchinson Blue Dragons athletics are a tradition, so is the Anchor Inn in downtown Hutchinson. Whether you plan lunch or dinner or even take out for home, the Anchor Inn is a great family restaurant that you are sure to enjoy. Order off the great menu or take advantage of the Anchor Inn's awesome buffet. You'll make a great choice either way. The Anchor Inn is also a great spot to meet up with old friends and acquaintances because everyone goes to the Anchor. That's the Anchor Inn at 128 South Main in Hutchinson, proud supporters of Hutchinson Blue Dragon athletics.
Well, we head to the fourth and final quarter. Dragons trailing the Saints 49-39. I want to remind you of Dragon Talk with John Onges from AJ Sports Grill. We've moved it, folks. It's at AJ Sports Grill coming up on Monday night, 7 o'clock. Come on out and enjoy some fantastic food. And I hear John Onges as he talks about this year's season and his team. That'll be coming up at 7 o'clock. And catch all the action on BW Radio as well. Here's Monzi, still inbound for the Saints. And again, a good flurry in that third quarter, Darren, to cut it in half. Dragons need to have the same defensive intensity.
Well, and every time the Dragons have had a big shot, big moments, the Saints have had an answer.
Kramer working on the outside defensively. Back on the top side, Veloso. She still has the basketball. Bradshaw on her. She'll gun it on its way off the ball screen. Off, no good. Rebound cleared underneath by Sigler and a foul called. Mickens did not have position, did not get the rebound, and she just picked up her fourth. And you will see Barbara come in for Mickens into the lineup with 9:31 to go.
That's the one thing you have to do. You know, you've forced them into a tough shot on a three-point look, and now all you have to do is rebound, and just couldn't do it that time.
Free throw toss is up and good. Sigler's came off the bench and has played well tonight with that broken nose. 4 points for her. She'll shoot a second one. Misses it. So the rebound is going to be cleared out by the Blue Dragons. 11-point lead. Saints with the lead. Blue Dragons with the basketball. Here's Roebuck. Over the right side. Bradshaw back outside now to Kramer. To Bradshaw right. Back to Kramer against zone. They'll come out and double team Brown because they know she can shoot the rock. 9:10 to go. Hutchinson needs to try to trim 2 or 3 points every minute, and we have a lane violation against the Blue Dragons.
Turnover number 29.
So Hutchinson will set back defensively. 29 turnovers. Wow.
That's how many the Saints had in their last contest against Frank Phillips.
With the basketball. Angling right side, Veloso. Veloso holds up. Out top. Now they go left side. Monzi, a three ball on her side. Doesn't go. She used to hit those, at least she did last year. She'll get it going again, but that one on the miss. Kramer on the outer perimeter. Blue Dragons basketball down by 11. Again, need to try to make a run, get it going. Ball on the outside, Roebuck. Skips it all the way across. There's a Bradshaw three. It's on its way. It's off, no good. Battle for the board, taken away by Brown. Brown keeps it alive to get a fresh 30. Hutchinson to rekey it with 8:19 to go. Clock on the side, though, of the Saints because they have that 11-point lead. The more time the Blue Dragons take to score, the less time they have to rally back. There's a three ball that won't go. The rebound cleared away underneath. Cavante, that's Carla Cavante on the rebound. Gives it off to Sigler. Sigler on the dribble. Pulls it up into the hands of Caro. That's Vanessa Caro. She'll go off the ball screen and shoot the three. It's not there. Rebound Blue Dragons. Roebuck got a hand on it, and Barber brought it in. Hutchinson's got to attack, and they got to attack quickly. John On just wants to talk things over. We'll get a break in. 7:44 to go in the contest. Saints 50, Dragons 39. Can a Dragon have another run in them? We hope they can. We'll take a quick 30-second timeout. We'll be right back.
Can't live without your cell phone, but tired of the fees, overages, and expensive bills? We could all live without that. Maybe it's time to switch to Nextech Wireless. Save up to $60 a month with plans like our new Unlimited Everything Lite. Get 2 lines with unlimited talk, text, and data for only $100 a month. That's 2 lines, unlimited data, only $100. It's time to say goodbye to your carrier and say hello to something better. Nextech Wireless.
Well, 2 undefeated men's team will go out at 8 o'clock tonight. Saints and the Blue Dragons, number 1 Blue Dragons. Saints with a new head coach. We'll talk more about that when we get into men's pregame. But right here we got a good one going. 11-point lead. Dragons trail it as many as 20 at halftime. And have rallied back to pull it within 7. Right now it's at 11. Darren, what they got to do this last 7:43?
Got to cut down those turnovers. I said that they could have up to 30. They only have 1 more to give.
Plus, I don't think you can use all 30 seconds of that shot clock. You've got to run something and get a shot up because try to get more possessions. That's how you score more points. With the ball now, Roebuck into Brown. Right this way, rims out on her, no good. Rebound cleared underneath. Veloso comes up with the rebound. Sylvia Veloso. Now Sigler has it. 7:16 to go. Monzi. She's a good free throw shooter as well, so you can't be in that foul mode yet. Ball on the outer perimeter. Veloso crosses over. 13 on the shot clock. Goes in and scores it. Her first basket of the second half.
Just a simple crossover, and neither defender went to cut her off.
Under 7 to go now, and the lead is back to 13. Travel call against Hutchinson. So there's a turnover you indicated we could not have. And the Blue Dragons will come back and set up defensively with 6:54 to go. Down by 13, 52-39. Saints got red hot back in that second quarter, outscored the Dragons 21-9. Long 3 on its way, not there. Nice block out by Barber. The rebound, Blue Dragons get it out. Bradshaw to Kramer right. Well, she had Roebuck for a second, couldn't get her to her. Back on the outer perimeter. Later on this season, I bet Kramer can get that ball to her, but right there, didn't want to take the chance. Here's Bradshaw, right side Barber. You're playing into, there's a drive to the basket. Kramer comes up with it. Roebuck, they try to go for the steal. Roebuck basket's good and one. So quick as Roebuck. I think you're going to see her really turning into a star in a few games. She has 14 already tonight. Double-double the other night in a win over Lamar.
Really turned it on here in the second half, and the more you can have her on the floor, and as you mentioned earlier, the more you can have her and Mickens together on the floor, the better off this Blue Dragon offense will be.
It really is. Carla Covane picked up the personal, by the way. Free throws up and good by Roebuck. So give her 15.
And 5 for 5 from the free throw line.
Yep, 15 total points, right around 5 rebounds as well.
See Brett come into the game for the Dragons for the first time. I think Coach's words to her were fire away.
Oh, they're going to whistle this on Roebuck. In the act is showing Cavante. That's the other Cavante. Vilma will go to the line. 10-point ball game, 52-42. Saints on top with 6:05 to go. Again, men's action just minutes away, and we'll tip it at 8 o'clock. Darren and I'll probably be back about 10 till. We'll have a little bit of a break between ball games here once we give you stats. Missed free throw gives the opportunity for the Blue Dragons to trade 2 for 1 on possessions. Missed the second one as well, so that works in the Dragons' favor. And Hutchinson will bring it out if they got the rebound. 6 to go. The lead is 10 for the Saints. Again, the ball game, that's Kelsey Britt turned over. Ball all the way down, basket. No, a travel call goes against Veloso. She scored the basket, but they say she traveled beforehand. Toby Wynn, not sure about that one.
Well, it's because the officials had 2 different calls. The lead official on the baseline was going to call the 8-1, but the center official overruled it and said the travel occurred first.
Ball on the Brown on the outer perimeter. Top of the key, now they go to Britt. Kelsey Britt with the basketball. Dribble penetration by Bradshaw. Bounce pass down the road. Her shot won't go. Rebound cleared out of there. Nice job by Tenner to come out with a loose basketball with 5:26 to go. Into the ball game, into the forecourt, I should say. Veloso will bring it. Moundsy touched it for a second. Here's Tenner. They'll kick it corner right. Out of bounds. Hernandez with her back foot on the line. Deep corner right. 5:14 to go.
She's had a problem receiving passes from the post players or even driving guards, kicking it back out to her with her 5'6" frame. A lot of those passes have been high, and she's been stretching as high as she can go and trying to pull some of those in.
Foul's going to be called on the foul. Veloso will pick it up. That'll be her third. That's her third and team's second foul for this half, so they're in pretty good shape right now. Dragons, on the other hand, down by 10, are not in very good shape with 5:08 to go. Need to get a run of 3, maybe 4 baskets in a row here. Roebuck back outside. Bradshaw against zone again. Here over again to Kelsey Britt, who's in there to shoot the basketball. Right side Kelsey, she'll gun it on its way. Britt's shot won't go. Rebound fought for. Coming up with a loose basketball will be the Saints. Saints into the forecourt. Top side, they'll drop it to Mounsey. She'll go up. A foul on the floor is going to be called. This one will work against the Blue Dragons. Team foul number 3 against Hutchinson.
Kelsey Brett is a really good three-point shooter. I've seen her hit back-to-back-to-back in practice, but she is 0 for 6 in her career at Hutchinson Community College.
Just hasn't got on track yet.
It feels like one of those once she gets going, though,
yep.
Look out.
Well, Sigler's having a hard time with that mask. She just broke her nose Monday in practice, so she's taking some time this week to try to get used to it. Pick now goes down low. Covante into the lane. Should do something with 4:32 to go. They can take out 20 seconds off the shot clock. They got to move it in quickly. Bradshaw on the outside. Over to the right to Britt. Back out left side. Barbara has it. Dribble penetration. Reach in foul called. Hernandez on the reach in. That'll be only her first. Inbounding will be Blue Dragons right side baseline. Now they get a fresh 30, but 4:15. Clock not an ally right now for the Blue Dragons. Ball comes into Barber. Back outside, top side, Roebuck has it. 4:09 to go. Brown, ball knocked away, loose ball, Brown falls down. And jump ball call, possession arrow, whose way? It'll be Seward's, no, it'll be the Blue Dragons' way. But John trying to save those timeouts. He's hoping for a run. They have 2 left. That's a time right there where maybe you call one if you have another one left. Saints, on the other hand, have 4 timeouts left. Here comes the inbounds. Bradshaw comes up with a loose basketball. Over to Roebuck. She mishandles it but gets it back. Under 4 to go now. Saints lead it by 10. Bradshaw all the way through. Corner left. Britt shoots the 3, missing. And shot clock violation is going to be the call because it did not hit iron. Unless they think it skipped over and did hit iron. I don't think it did.
I don't think it did either.
No.
But if they do say that it did, they blew it dead just as Roebuck put it in. So it would have been an opportunity for the Blue Dragons to score 2, but probably a shot clock violation and another turnover.
Now, that'll have a lot to do with the possession arrow. They're going to say the shot clock.
Oh, they are going to reset it.
Well, then that took a basket away from Hutchinson, though.
Not only a basket, but now more time will come off as you have to set up your offense on the inbound.
I just about would trade that basket for the possession, don't you think? I mean, come on.
Well, we've seen the Blue Dragons not be on the same page. This officiating crew's not been on the same page today either.
Seward doesn't. Fans don't realize that, but if they would not have blown it, Blue Dragons would have had a basket. And it would have been an 8-point difference. Right now, 3:35 to go and a 10-point difference in the ball game. Hutchinson basketball around the horn. Here's Britt. Now check that Kramer. Bounce pass goes to Barber. Basket good! Barber's able to score it. Her first basket in the second half. It's an 8-point ball game, 52-44. Dragons trying to come back.
8 points, 8 rebounds for Barber.
3:18 to go in the contest. Saints basketball, they'll hand it off with the basketball. Carl out front. That's Vanessa Carl. Holds up left wing to go to Mondesi. Monzi. They ball throw it away, but it's going to be last touched off of Blue Dragon. They'll have it left side baseline. Inbounding will be Veloso. Really like Sylvia Veloso. Seems to have a pretty good head amongst her. That's an illegal pick or a foul on.
Yeah, go against Brown.
Brown, yep. Brown took out the personal. That'll be 3 on her. That's not a bad foul to give. The Blue Dragons right now have fouls to give.
Well, the thing about it is, even if you put Seward on the line, this team is a 53%.
Here's Mounsey. Mounsey on the outside. Rolls off the ball pick, shoots the 3. It rims off, no good. Rebound, Blue Dragons. Mickens back in there. She's playing with 4 fouls. That doesn't matter right now with 2:50 to go and a timeout called by John Onges. A full 1 minute break. We're going to take a minute timeout. 2:49 to go in this fourth and final period. Dragons down by 8, 52-44. Darren and I'll be back right after this 1 minute timeout.
Hello, this is Tom Elliott of Elliott Mortuary, and again this year we are pleased to help sponsor HCC Blue Dragon Sports. We encourage you to support all the Blue Dragon games, both home and away, with your attendance, but if not, we hope you enjoy listening to the game here on KWBW and Country 102.9. Elliott Mortuary and Crematory, proud sponsor of Hutchinson Community College, and honored to have served the family of Hutchinson and Reno County since 1935.
Hi, I'm Ken Hyman, General Manager of Midwest Superstore in Hutchinson. We're proud to be a sponsor of HCC Sports. You have choices when it comes to your vehicle purchases, and a better way is more than a slogan. Any new or select pre-owned purchase comes with our Advantage Rewards benefits. That includes complimentary car washes with every service visit, a loaner car with any major service, including oil changes and tire rotations. A better way also means no high-pressure sales tactics. Everyone has deals, but do they take care of you after the sale? Visit us at MidwestSuperstore.com and go Blue Dragons.
Well, it reminds me, Midwest Superstore sponsors John Onges Dragon Talk live from A Sports Grill on the radio, 1450 AM and 98.5 FM. Well, come on out and enjoy it. Inbounding pass down by 8 now. Darren, a pretty good timeout right there for the Blue Dragons.
Yeah, get everything under control now, and it's officially go time.
Here's Brown on the outer perimeter. Got to move it quickly. 2:38 to go. She'll gun it on its way. Shot does not go. Rebound cleared by Seward. Vilma Cavante with the basketball. She'll get the rebound. Gives it off quick to Veloso. Veloso give it off to Ziegler, and they'll set it up. Monzi on the outside. She's had another great night, and a foul called away from the play. Again, not a bad foul due to the fact. Oh, it's going to be an offensive foul on Ziegler. I thought it was against the Blue Dragons, and I'm saying, hey, you got one to give and put them at the line, but right now the Blue Dragons with an opportunity, trailing by 52-44 margin, down by 8 with 2:20 to go.
No matter the foul, someone will go to the line the next time down unless it's an offensive type of foul.
Ball on the outside, Bradshaw right side to Kramer. Kramer back to Bradshaw. They're defending the 3 on the outer perimeter. Here's Roebuck, cross court, goes to Brown. 3 ball by Bradshaw from the top. She hit it. A 3 by Bradshaw. Tia Bradshaw with the first points of the game. 52-47. A 3 the other way is good. Monzi, a time to hit the 3 ball. She has 15. What timing was that, huh?
And she's had that all night long, answering every big Blue Dragon play this evening.
The lead of it cut to 5. Now it's back to 8 again. 55-47. Saints with the lead. Dragons led 4-0. Saints went on a big run to lead at 7-5 and never looked back. Hutchinson has cut into it, though. Bradshaw on the outside. 1 on the shot clock. Doesn't get it away. Shot clock violation. It'll be Saints basketball. With a minute and 19 to go. Good defense by the Lady Saints.
Molly Mounsey, in her 37th straight game, has scored 10-plus points, and at least 7 of them have been answer plays. I know 4 of them have come at the buzzer right before the end of a quarter.
1:19 to go, and it looks bleak right now for the Blue Saints basketball with a minute and 19 to go, leading it by 8. It was a 5-point margin just seconds ago. Pelosi down the court to work it. Carl had it for a second around the horn to Monzi. Monzi hands it off to put in the hands of Veloso. Veloso, ball knocked away into the backcourt, out of bounds. That's touched off a Blue Dragon. Good job by Bradshaw to knock it away. We're at 1:02 to go.
I think you go ahead and foul some of these poor free throw shooters and get them on the line because you need to get the ball back.
Here comes Barber into the lineup. She'll come in and replace Mickens, and that's now you're getting offense and defense.
Right, exactly. You got to take Mickens out, who has 4 fouls, and put in Barber, who can give a foul. She has just 1.
Monzi set the inbound. Far-sided half court. Glad to have you along on the Blue Dragon Sports Network as well as Eagle Sports tonight. Country 102.9, KHUT as well as KWBW. Ball on the outside. Monzi, spin move, takes it inside. Loose ball on the court. Basket up and good. Big basket put up and in by Cavante. Scored by Cavante, and we had a foul called. Timeout's going to be taken by the Saints with 49.8 to go. They're sorting things out right now. Saints lead by 10 at 57-47. Foul's going to be charged against Barber. Is it after the shot? Then we'll count the basket. It's during the shot, so wait for the timeout unless Toby decides to take it right now. There's your timeout. We'll get a break in. A full 1 minute break coming your way. 49.8 to go. Dragons down by 10, 57-47. We'll be back in 1 minute.
Hello, my name is Dr. Brandy Weens, family practitioner at Summit Healthcare. We offer the full spectrum of family practice services, including well child checks, chronic disease management, and in-office procedures. Summit Healthcare is committed to providing quality family medicine and walk-in care to patients of all ages. As a Hutchinson native, I am honored to return to this wonderful community where the inspiration for my medical journey began. Schedule your appointment with me, Dr. Weens, at Summit Healthcare today, 662-6000.
Basketballs are bouncing and crowds are cheering. Your best offense during cold and flu season is a good defense. Drink plenty of liquids, get plenty of rest, and keep your hands sanitized. If a bug still manages to get you, Ashcraft Pharmacy, your local Health Mart pharmacy, has over-the-counter medications that can help. Or if you need a prescription, we offer free mail-out, free delivery, or call ahead for our handy curbside service. Go Dragons! From Ashcraft Pharmacy in the Hart Shopping Center, South Hutchinson, and Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
Well, the Blue Dragons there might have dug too much of a hole. They're going to wait for Gavante's free throw right now, but it's a 10-point lead with 49.8 seconds to go. And again, Dragons trying to come back, but they're going to have a little miracle here.
Well, on that last possession, you had an opportunity to foul someone and put them on the line, but the ball got into the hands of Molly Mounsey, and you can't send her to the line. She's 3 for 4 from there on the season, so they had to let the offense kind of play out, but the minute she got it to her teammate, it was for a layup.
Cavante will be shooting the free throw. 49.8 seconds remaining to go.
She's a cold 1 for 8 from the line this year.
Takes her time. She got the big basket. Seconds ago, she hits that one up and good.
That was a laser.
So with the basketball, the Blue Dragons down 58-47. Need a prayer. Stolen away. Coming up with a move with Veloso. She'll drive down. Scores it. That should do it. Her 10th point. 35 seconds to go, and it's back to 13 again. Dragons are going to fall on the road at Seward. There's a steal. Monzi comes up with it. And Blue Dragons are going to fall to 2-1 on the young season. They'll travel to Cloud coming up this next Wednesday night. Darren and I'll be there to bring it to you right here on the Eagle Sports. Ball on the outside into the hands of Caro. And Dragons put a scare and pulled it and cut it to 5, but not enough to come away with a victory. And your final from Seward, the Saints 60, the Blue Dragons 47. We will take a 2-minute timeout, add up all the numbers. We're going to have about a 7 to 8 minute news break in between the ball games here. As the guys will be tipping off, it'll be a little later than 8 o'clock. And that's going to be your ball game, 60-47. We'll take a break. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
We all like to save money when and where we can, right? You can do that every day at Salt City Pawn and Jewelry. Hi, this is owner Paul Phillips inviting you to stop in and say hi to our friendly staff. And while you're here, check out over 3,000 square feet of great merchandise priced at outstanding values. We don't have to offer huge sale prices for one day only when we do that on a daily basis. Save big over retail prices on firearms, electronics.